We're going to show you a simple plan for turning your ultimate goal into milestones you can act upon. So first start with your dream, the thing that you would most like to achieve in your career, your life, and your business. Secondly, break that down into shorter-term goals that get you part of the way toward your ultimate goal, and pick one of those short-term goals. Then break the short-term goal down into milestones, individual action items you can cross off on the path to the short-term goal. To do that, we're going to learn a tactic called reverse engineering, which starts with asking, what is it we want? What do we want to create? What do we want to build? Well, maybe that's a house, and we need to ask, how does that get done? How do the pieces fit together? What are the items that go into building a house? And lastly, what do I need for that? Do I need a particular type of resource? Do I need help? Do I need money? Do I need to learn something? Do I need to take certain actions, etc.? So if we start with that particular plan to build a house, and then modify it into an art business goal, like I want to break into the high-end art market. That's a worthy, high-level goal, but we need to ask, how does that get done? So maybe our conclusion is, I want to work with interior design professionals. Okay, that's certainly one way to do it, and I need to work on that a little bit further. I want to develop a sales strategy for that particular target audience. Okay, we're closer. We have a short-term goal, a sales strategy for interior design professionals. Now, what do I need to do that? Well, maybe I need to get some training, and maybe I also need to build a plan for actually doing the selling. And then finally, I would need to launch that process because a plan by itself doesn't achieve anything. So here's a format for building such a plan. First, I might take my short-term goal of a working sales process for reaching interior design professionals. And then I would ask, how that fits into my long-term goal, just to make sure it does. So working with designers will help me break into the high-end art market. Then I choose my first milestone, develop my pitch, and I break that down into individual tasks like deep dive my brand story, write the components of a proposal, acquire some better photography, and curate some appropriate images. And I keep going like that, adding individual milestones and breaking those down into tasks. Identify my targets, begin my sales process. Keep in mind that I may not know how I'm going to execute on some of these, so I might have some placeholder tasks because they're dependent on me getting some training or figuring something out as I go. Now for each milestone or task, I'm going to put a target date. So maybe for developing my pitch, that milestone is March 1st, building my collateral is April 15th, and because I don't have to wait while my collateral is being built to start identifying my targets, maybe that's also April 15th, and I decide to begin my actual sales launch on May 1st. But I should probably plan for any likely expenses. So for instance, if I need better photography to develop my pitch, that might cost a certain amount. If I need to partner with a designer or developer to build out my sales collateral, that might cost a certain amount. Some things might not have a cost, and some things cost might yet to be determined. I can also use a tool like Trello to do the exact same thing. I like Trello for this purpose because you can take and create individual cards and then break that down into smaller tasks and cross off those individual tasks as they get done. Just remember that you're going to proceed amidst uncertainty. People think it's a straight line to succeeding in our goals. It's actually more of a squiggly line, and you start without knowing all of it. You also proceed through that non-straight line endeavor with everything getting adjusted as you go, and you get clarity from the actual experiment. If you don't know what you're going to do next, just remember, what will you try? Write down something. Decide to execute something. It's the experiment and the action that will yield results. So start writing it down. Now, if you do create a Trello board, be sure and send us an invitation link to your Trello board so we can look at it. Or if you don't, maybe send us a PDF or a link to your Google spreadsheet. Remember, art is a business and artists should run it.